Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Yo. Hey. Hey y'all, what's going on? I hope you having a good day. Hold up, let me see. Can I read, girl? I feel like I'm about to switch back to this blue chair again, girl. Hi everybody. I hope y'all are having a really good Thursday. Y'all know what that means, girl. It's ladies first panel Thursday. Yes. And I know somebody is going to ask this once I get into the live, even though I'm saying it at the beginning of the live. That's okay. You joined late. The Ooh Ladies First panel will be on Jamie That's Me's channel tonight. Okay? It's the reason why I can't go out in the street. All right? Because last week I was in the street and I was on the show and girl, I was tired. I'm gonna try that again. But later on, girl, we have a few things to discuss, right? Okay. So first of all, I want y'all to know this is gonna be like a free, free falling. Like this is gonna be somewhat of a whatever's going on today type of show, right? I hope y'all will enjoy it. It's probably not gonna be in any particular order. I hate when it happens like that, but sometimes I just like this morning when I got up and I came and how's the audio, everybody, while I'm up here? It sounds like it's good right now. Um, okay, so Bondi, you should give your stands a name. Okay, so you said my sound is choppy a bit. Okay. All right. Uh it's a little static. Okay. Girl, when I tell y'all I'm about to give up, I'm about to give up on doing audio, uh, you know, like doing my whole little setup. I'm about to go ahead and retire because it just don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense, girl. Okay? For it to still sound weird, even after I done restarted everything, replugged everything in, girl. It still sound funny to y'all. It's girl, still. I was just about to say, we have a name. We have a name, girl. Okay? However, I don't have stands. I don't want stands. Okay? I don't want stands. But I do call my people bonbons, okay, if they did want a name. But to be honest, in reading cultish, I don't even want to come up with any cutesy type language and all of that shit. Okay, I've been reading cultish, and they talk about how in each different type of cult, there's always some special language, right? They make up sayings and words for certain things, and that creates like this culture because everything goes back to language. You can't really create culture without language. And so I thought about that, and I was just kind of like, you know what? I want everybody to show up here just to enjoy me, to take what resonates and leave the rest. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want standum. That's why I'm okay with, not having a certain amount of followers because more money, more problems, okay? But I want to get into the show. Um, girl, so okay. All right. So I want to start here. I hope the sound is better. Um, because we're about to get into this situation. And I just heard something that went dit, and it's because I'm sharing my screen. We're about to start listening to other audio. So now we're testing the audio again. I really do feel like this is not me. It's whatever happened. Maybe I need to do an update on everything. Uh girl, we might just end up disconnecting everything and just talking on the MacBook Pros. Uh, you know, Girl, girl. This is happening when you do everything by yourself. Let me see. See? Yeah. Okay, let's turn the sound off. Latto revealed she had her baby, still doesn't show 21 holding her belly, so she posted him talking to baby shower attendees instead. Okay. Beautiful. 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 We don't want to play any music. Love the ponytail. Right? We're working out. We got to stay strong. We got a baby bump. Okay. Oh, y'all see it moving around in there like a fucking alien? Oh, she's about to pop. She's a pimple about to pop, girl. All the fluid.
When my baby get here, like, I need $1 million to show because I don't want to leave the house. This will probably be the last video I make.
So she's using her baby in this whole situation like as promo for this album, but then also pulling a Jay-Z and saying that this is gonna be her last go round. Y'all not gonna see her no more. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm an adult, so I'm fine with it. But I know you have fans that probably feel emotionally manipulated by you, which is annoying. That's what's annoying to me about 21 Savage and Latto is because I feel like y'all are showing us shit, but y'all are omitting so much. Even if we wanted to have a that's them people, that's they thing, mentality about y'all kind of push it in everybody's face, but in a way that would make them still have pause or still have questions. Or for women who discern, who have discernment like myself, we would see this shit and feel like, oh, so he's still not fully claiming you. Right? Because he's in the baby shower footage for her. His hand is in the video. Okay? But when it comes to him, all that he put in his little announcement was the baby and not Latto. And as a woman, I don't like that. I don't like that. You know why? Because I feel like when a woman has your baby, she has done something godlike. Okay? Even raggedy bitches have almost died in childbirth because some nigga was like, no, have the baby. And so, Emirates fly better. We did it. We did it. No appreciation for her. No post of, love and admiration for her individually before the baby. That doesn't feel good to me. I feel like their relationship and them showing it to us the way they do. Because I would have no opinion whatsoever if she had not made their relationship and this baby a part of her album rollout. So I want everybody to miss me with the, we're wrong for having commentary about it. Bitch, you're putting it out there for everybody to see. I'm going to have an opinion about it if it displays a pattern of behavior that makes me feel uncomfortable. The pattern of behavior that makes me feel uncomfortable is when a woman is so willing to tell y'all or insinuate we know who she talking about. And the only reason we know who he talking about is because we know who she talking about. But ultimately what it feels like to me is a man that is not fully showing pride in the woman who just had his baby. And it feels like a woman who has full pride in the nigga, but the nigga won't show up in his full capacity in her image. Like he will not show up in his full capacity to be a part of her image. And just the visual of that reminds me of how men are allowed to always have one foot in and one foot out. And I just kind of feel like for a woman like her, it is really like a study of how a woman will think she's better than other women because she's basically a virgin, right? And it gives that you think on some level, because you show up almost a virgin, that the men are going to give you the respect they didn't give to the baby mamas that you was talking shit about, that you felt you were better than. And this happens every single time. And I feel like Latto is too old for this shit. Like, for the idea that you're better than the single moms, all for you to get into a situation with a man that feels like you're about to be a single mom. I'm not saying legally he can't. How? I want somebody to explain what law, what problem would this man have if he posted Latto right now? I want the explanation in the comments legally right now. Right now. I'll wait. I want an explanation about what this is supposed to be protecting. Because here's the thing. If the idea, and this is what I automatically assumed that you meant, was that he is married to that lady so that he can be here in America. And if it's proven that he's not in a relationship with her, then he might have to go back to where he came from. Is that correct? I'm sure that's the mentality. However, do you think it's going to be hard to prove he just had a baby with somebody else? So you can show evidence of said relationship, but you can't show the relationship. Didn't Amber Rose have him in the middle of the street during her slut walks? I thought so. I thought he'd already been seen out here with other women that were not his wife. Also, I don't think anybody has been able to pull up a marriage license for these people, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. But him being, so what? He's married. So what? His wife seems to know. She commenting on shit. What are we talking about? To me, I feel like a man is telling a woman a stupid story so that she will be okay with him not fully being with her while she is fully being with him. And they're telling that lie to us. And y'all coming to me like that's supposed to make sense to me. But if I was her, a man telling me that wouldn't make no fucking sense. I would not have a baby with a man that could not publicly proclaim love and admiration for me individually, without being, without being a part of his whatever the fuck, without me being a mother to his child. If a man cannot publicly show love and admiration for me, I am not having a baby for him. That's wild. And on a base level, it shows a lack of real security in one's extraness, right? Because the idea is Latto is big mama. Latto is that girl, okay? Latto is, pretty hair, light skin, BBL body, got the money, style on fleek, records on the charts. Like, she's big mama. To everybody that values colorism, she's big mama. Okay? And so to me, to be a representation of what somebody would pedestalize and to be with a man that has not yet fully pedestalized you, girl. It's just what it looked like to me. It's just what it looked like to me. You know what I'm saying? It should, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. Also, that's another thing I wanted to talk to y'all about. Somebody, it's all a lie. That's another thing. I want y'all, like, we about to play this clip. I'm gonna do a full review. I'm gonna do a full review for my people. You heard me? I don't know when, because y'all know my birthday is Tuesday. Y'all know my birthday is Tuesday. So yeah, girl. My birthday is Tuesday. I turned 38, so I have a photo shoot tomorrow that I'm doing. Y'all, As a Gemini, I don't often plan things for my birthday. I don't know why. I be all excited for it. And then when I get there and realize I have not planned anything, I'm like, girl, why didn't you plan something? You know what I'm saying? Either way, I am planning my photo shoot. I'm going to be out in the street Friday night. Okay. One of my homegirls is having an event. Probably be out there with her. Okay. Then, on top of that, girl, there's just so much stuff going on. I was just like, I'll pop up. It's supposed to be raining. I need the rain to go away. I do want to go to Houston so I can go to Clark's. Okay. Lyric is about to build, like a little situation in the backyard for me. So, like things are planned. But my birthday is Tuesday. So I don't know when I'm gonna be able to come to y'all with the Love and Hip Hop, but it was the last episode of Love and Hip Hop ever. That's what they said, y'all. And to be honest, they say they're gonna have like a 6-part thing. I don't know what the 6-part thing is supposed to be. But honestly, we need a fucking reunion. We need a reunion, and we need to talk at the beginning. We need to talk about the shit that happened with this season, and then after we need to get into. Okay, no, not a studio, child. No, we're not. This is the studio. Okay, this room in the house. Okay, girl, it's too hot for Lyric to be building anything. Okay, outside for me to do anything in. Okay, besides relax. Okay, but anyway, girl, people loud. All kind of girl. People play instruments in this neighborhood. Like I was listening to one of my clips, and that little aggravating ass little boy that likes to play his trumpet up and down the goddamn street. And you used to be in a band, so you don't bitch out a fit when the kids is playing their little instruments all over the fucking neighborhood because they got to get their shit together. So we about to listen to this right quick because y'all brought up shit being fake. And everybody often likes to call relationships fake when people are actually having sex, and I don't understand why. So let's just remember, because last episode, the episode before this last one, it's been fake. She been single since the beginning. The relationship been fake. Y'all all kept saying that the relationship was fake. A lot of y'all think that Yandy saved face by not legally marrying this man, and I'm like, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. That might have been smart, but it was still dumb because you didn't have to marry him. You didn't have to marry him. So why go through the extremes of changing your name? Because she went and changed her name first. They had 2 extravagant weddings that never had any paperwork signed. One of which was in Dubai that he had to get, allowance to do. That's another thing. Women out here spending absorbent amounts of money to marry a nigga that you got to get permission for him to leave the country. I think that's crazy. I think it's crazy for a woman to be out here spending, because I know it was your money. I don't give a fuck what Mendeecees was adding to the pot. Your money paid for that Dubai shit. All for him to turn around and tell everybody that the relationship was fake just because you just now decided to move on. So this to me is another, because everybody always saying something fake. And I'm like, listen to me. People that are fucking are not really faking anything. They might think they're faking something, but once somebody enters inside of a woman, once somebody's coochie becomes a glove, it's not a game, bitch. It's no longer for fake. Once they have sex, that takes that. I don't know why people think that. Like, oh, it was all fake. With babies involved? It's not fake. Let's listen just for a second to Mendeecees talk to Yandy in a way that we wished he would have talked to her years ago, before he was outside telling everybody that he would never hold her down in jail like she did for him. Let's listen.
It has been a very rough year for us. To this day, I'm just shocked the way things turned out.
How are you shocked? How are you shocked when you drove us here? You were the driver.
Everything I've been doing was leading for us to be together. Whenever the emotion attachment.
You DMing people was so y'all could be together? You cheating on her with women and then having her lie and say it was her so that you could protect the image of a nigga that went to jail? Like, I just kind of feel like, and that's no disrespect to the men that have gone to prison. and actually came out and did something with themselves, went to school, did something. I'm not talking to y'all. Please don't think I'm talking to y'all. Because there are people that go to jail, get out, do something with themselves to be proud of. Mendeecees is not one of those people. Mendeecees didn't do a fucking thing but go and charge Yandy's card when he got out of jail. It made it look like he was doing shit. But as Cheyenne Bryant has showed us, anybody can show you something. That don't mean it's real. We gonna get to that too.
You have with someone else, whatever it was, I didn't know how to take that. And my pride got in the way, and I act a fool. And I regret it. That's it.
It's weird.
Okay, so here's what's happening here. A man that thought he had to keep his foot on a woman's neck so that she would continue to act like a simp for him, because he felt, because they learned this early on, that playing with a woman's emotions and making her feel less than is how you get her into like this drug cycle to where you can keep extracting from her. And so once a woman gets to a certain age, she will usually age out of that. So the man has to go and find somebody new to suck off of, or he has to change and grow with the woman. Most men are not growing and changing with the women once they realize that the woman has grown out of the manipulation that they put in when they first got together. Okay? He kept trying to run that same manipulation tactic on her. He could not pivot. That's how you know the nigga ended up in jail, because you don't know how to pivot. Okay? You don't know how to change your course of action once you realize the road that you are on is leading you to trouble. You don't know how to change the road, change your course. And you should have started treating Yandy better when you got out of jail and realized how hard it was out here. Realize how these hoes do not care about you, okay? You should have been out here holding purses. Whatever Yandy do, Yandy can do. I'll be at the house, babe, when you get back. That is what you should have done. But because you so worried about your ego, even though it's crazy to me that men have so much pride but will end up in jail with somebody telling them what the fuck to do every day, but they get out and a woman is trying to help take care of them in a loving way, and they will treat that woman like shit, like they King Kong or some shit, and she's so lucky to be with them. That's what he was doing to Yandy. Yandy, you need to be grateful to be with me, cause I'm Mendeecees. The fuck? Also, our mentality over time has changed. When they were first on Love and Hip Hop, y'all, I was still in my pick-me-ism somewhat as well, okay? I've always been a little bit ahead, but I was still very much in my male-identified way of thought, okay? And the reason why I know this is because when he started going back and forth with the jail shit, it made him more likable. When I go back to when Mendeecees first popped up at a baby shower, I could not stand that little disrespectful, full of himself ass nigga. I didn't like him. The jail situation, it made us empathize with him. I fell for that. It all of a sudden made Yandy seem more likable because she was holding this man down, when really that's stupid. That's stupid. Okay? But we're all being raised to think that holding niggas down is a badge of honor and a virtue for a woman. Now we're not in that space anymore, especially when the nigga gets out of jail and he doesn't make it worth your while. When women make these types of investments in men that Yandy made in Mendeecees, if it doesn't pay off after a certain amount of time, the woman has to disengage from the situation. If not, he's going to eat her from the inside out. Not because, he wants to. It's because it's how the relationship has gone. And sometimes men are like kids. If you don't stop them, they're going to keep doing it.
Because I feel like if you would have just said these words 7 months ago.
And see, no, Yandy, he needed to do more than just say some words. And the fact that he couldn't even say the words lets you know how much he really don't give a fuck. This is a man trying to hold on to the woman that gives him a certain lifestyle. That's what this is. And that is why you should have been kissing ass and sucking on toes. You should have been kissing ass and sucking toes and eating coochie and holding in purses and shit because you can't financially secure yourself the way you could with Yandy. That's the reason why you're an idiot. I'm not saying you should stay with this woman because she financially secures you, but what I am saying is it's real weird the way men treat you like shit, even when you're financially securing them.
I've still been in the house. No emotional connection is like a connection that I have with you and our family.
But I felt like I wasn't chosen. I felt like you chose somebody over me.
What do you mean? She married you twice. How are you not? I feel like I wasn't chosen. You are being emotionally and mentally manipulative in this moment. See, when people say shit that they know is not true about the relationship, in order to try to combat the disillusion of it, you got to stop listening to them because they still not being honest. Nigga, you not being honest in the goodbye conversation.
I was less than.
She's not emotionally disconnected, y'all. She's not emotionally disconnected. She is at the point where she can't keep going forward with him. I think that it finally clicked watching it. I don't know, honestly, I feel like it was always going to happen this way. But Yandy has to let go. She's not emotionally detached, y'all. This is not the face of a woman that's emotionally detached. This is a woman that finally realized, I have to choose me, Lucius. I have to choose me. Like, and every woman that has tried to be there for a man, hook or crook, understands this feeling. They understand this exact moment where you've been doing everything you can and it was never good enough, and now you're ready to let go because you have to for yourself, and now they're coming to you with that sad sap face, trying to invoke feeling out of you, trying to emotionally manipulate you so that they can keep you, also that they can keep pulling you into this same exhausting ass emotional cycle. She's not withdrawn, y'all. She's not withdrawn.
And how much as it hurt me, how much as I'm angry, I have to let you be.
What I see in front of me is the man that I fell in love with. Sweet, kind, vulnerable. Where has he been? Where has this person been? Where?
Felt like it was leaving my kids too. The hardest thing I ever had to do in my life. I don't even see my kids no more.
Just the fact that she had to ask that question, where is this man? Where is this man? He was never that man, Yandy. He was never that man. That is how, exactly, he love bombed you, bitch. He was never that nigga.
And here we are. We was friends before we became anything. We fell in love. Then it's like lost respect. How do two people?
Who lost respect? Who lost respect? Who lost respect? I would like. Who do you think this would have been an argument for me? Because you wouldn't be able to just be saying this shit to me and me just sitting there being quiet. But I understand it's because she can't engage. You got to just let it go.
Would I love each other?
But I wouldn't be sitting there for this conversation neither. That's another thing. There would have been no closure. It would. I love to just drop people off in the middle of the ocean and act like I ain't never know you. Because by that time I done gave you way too many chances. So for me, if I was her, we there would be no conversation. But because they're on a reality show, she has to have this conversation with him.
The woman I love more than anyone in this earth was becoming my enemy. Because I don't know how to deal with my hurt. She doesn't know how to deal with her hurt. How do two people that's supposed to love each other keep hurting each other?
Oh, now we make it like it was both of us. Now we make it like it was both of us. Let me tell y'all something. The way I see it, he been dogging her out since they got together. He been cheating on her since they got together. You want to talk about, oh, you been single since the beginning. No, nigga, you been single since the beginning. I think that even though Yandy didn't actually put the paperwork in, Yandy's getting her name changed and the 2 weddings on the TV show and all of that, and holding him down while he was in jail. I don't care what nobody talking about. A woman fucking niggas on a low and financially and emotionally securing a nigga in jail is holding him down. Nobody, I don't care what y'all talking about. I don't think he only stayed because she got pregnant. I think he purposefully got her pregnant so that he could work his way into her world. Like, yeah, I keep telling y'all that Yandy came with so many benefits to a nigga like him. Yandy was a way off the street. Yandy was a way out of street life. But it caught up to him in the process. Why y'all think he wanted to all of a sudden? I think he impregnated her so he could be on this reality show. He was in the background for the first 2 seasons, and I don't think we saw him until what, season 3 of Love and Hip Hop New York is when we finally saw him. He had been in the background the whole time, and we didn't see him until she got pregnant. I think he purposefully got her pregnant so that he would come on this show, and the show was going to be his way of getting out of dealing drugs, which is why his baby mamas was low-key all right with being a part of it, because they knew it was a part of getting him out of trouble. Once Yandy was willing to get maced in the streets behind him, like, I don't care what nobody's talking about. Yandy was emotionally in this relationship while still trying to keep her wits about her in some ways. Doesn't mean that she was, really smart in this situation, because she really, really wasn't. You still allowed him to take chunks out of your emotional and mental health. Just because you could walk away scot-free, you can't even really walk away scot-free. Y'all still have shit together. Yeah, y'all not married, so that makes it a lot easier. But the damage was still done. Y'all still had, 2 children together? That's another thing. Oh, the relationship was fake. She been single the whole time. She had 2 kids with this nigga. That's crazy for him to even say that shit out loud.
I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I just really wish we weren't here.
Like, I love you.
It probably was me, Nurse Moonshine, because y'all know I cover the stories as they come up. I believe that, and you hitting my memory. I believe it was a story about him messing with some teenage girl.
Through it all, I'm telling you, I love you.
Nobody cares.
Come on.
Okay. So just to, you read it here first. This is on Daily Voice, y'all. This is still on Daily Voice right now. You read it here first. Mendeecees Harris manipulated a girl in her mid-teens into having sex with him on a regular basis in his Latto home. A prosecutor told jurors in Hackensack today during opening arguments in the former Love and Hip Hop star rape trial. We call it taking candy from a baby. Assistant Bergen County prosecutor child. Let me hold up. Oh wait, did it disappear? I'm just reading it, y'all. The woman said she went to a friend's house to spend the night. My mom didn't know where I was. She testified, but Mendeecees did. The next day he came to find her. She said he told her that her mother had packed her belongings and then asked her, well, please don't tell her anything about us, the woman said. He said she didn't know anything, so don't say anything. It was something he would take to his grave. He also told me they were done. I felt horrible, the woman said. At one point, Mendeecees and my mother were going to get married. I felt it was all my fault. Wow. Harris faces 7 counts of illegal sex with the girl, including her giving her money as an inducement. Maurice told the jury outlining a very skillful manipulation of a young girl who had a bit of a rough upbringing. Girl, let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Mendeecees Harris rape case. Okay. Why did Mendeecees go to jail? The shocking truth behind his prison sentence. So this allegedly was what he went to jail for the first time, but they acted like it was all drugs. Let me make sure, girl. Ooh. So I'm looking at an article that talks about his drug trafficking charges. But I'm wondering if this rape case was a part of, because he got a RICO, didn't he? Like, he got caught with a RICO. Okay. I needed to see this. All right. Jurors in Hackensack this afternoon acquitted VH1 Love and Hip Hop Mendeecees Harris for sexually assaulting a teenager by coercing her with money and other manipulation in his Lottie home when she was 15. So he got acquitted. He got acquitted on these charges. Oh, yeah. He got arrested twice on Love and Hip Hop. He got arrested twice on Love and Hip Hop, if I recall. It's been years, y'all. I'm sorry. And so Yandy on Instagram, I say it again, not guilty. No matter how much they try to rip up your pride, defame your name, degrade you, you kept your faith in God and told me to keep my head up. So I did. Smith posted a short time later on Instagram, not guilty. I want to know how it was found that he was not guilty. With text messages and shit. I don't know. The alleged victim's grandmother and aunt left as the verdict was being read. It's in God's hands, the grandmother said, who is a pastor. She was among those who remained despite the weather as the day wore on. She prayed at times, as did Smith. Oh, y'all love praying when y'all done did some shit wrong. Harris' troubles are far from over. Instead of going free, he was returned to the Bergen County Jail, where federal marshals had been holding him on a detainer. Right. And so, because I remember he had got out for 5 minutes and then had to go right back in. And I wonder if it was the difference between these two cases. Harris insisted that he was living in Lottie with the victim, her mother, and their 3 boys at the time in order to protect his $50,000 down payment on the house after discovering his name wasn't on the deed. I told her we need to either sell the house or you need to give me my down payment out. Harris said, my stuff was in boxes in the hallway for months. At that point, he said he and the woman were just friends, including when she leased an apartment. Y'all, who is this woman? The woman now 19 testified this week that Harris told her she was better than her mother after coercing her into oral sex by revealing his knowledge of a dark secret from her past. He told me he knew I had been raped when I was 8 years old, she said, and he found out from my mother. Your mom doesn't want you here, the woman said Harris told her before exposing himself. She said she complied with his desire out of spite to get back at her mom. I felt betrayed by her. Wow, this nigga's dirty. That began a series of sexual favors in exchange for money, she said. Harris was charged with 7 counts of child abuse and with promoting prostitution. Maurice, the prosecutor in the case, accused Harris of manipulating the alleged victim using money and mind games. Y'all know how good he is at mind games. We call it taking candy from a baby. Harris and his girlfriend were living in Lottie with her 2 preteen boys and a baby son of his from another woman when the woman moved up from North Carolina. Okay, so probably Lil Mendeecees. He just passing that little boy around to any woman he in a relationship with. Some of the incidents occurred while she was 15, the teen said. Others after her 16th birthday when Harris was more than 4 years older. Wow. During cross-examination, defense attorney Brian Neary pressed the woman about her statements to detectives, her grand jury testimony, and the time she claimed that Harris coerced her into sex, pointing out inconsistencies in where and when she said the incidents allegedly occurred. That's why I keep telling y'all that just because, you know, the people that accuse Michael Jackson, you know, didn't get exactly when and where right doesn't mean it didn't happen, because trauma and you know, sexual assault will cause, you know, Trauma. Your brain don't be remembering shit right all the time, girl. That's how they go. The defense attorney also challenged her decision not to return South to her father's home, as well as her failure to disclose what she said happened to your counselor, your minister grandmother. Oh, wow. Neary emphasized that Harris took the stand voluntarily and pleaded not guilty, wrapped in the presumption of innocence. He took the witness stand to speak the truth, to look you in the eye, the defense attorney told the jury during his closing argument yesterday. Like, that means something. Like, a lying ass nigga looking you in the eye gonna mean something. I told him, this is the attorney saying this, I guess. I told him, don't worry, Mendeecees, Neary said. This is a jury that comes not just from one section of Bergen County, not just from one experience. The beauty of a jury is you just don't look at someone through the view of one simple perspective. It's the collection of your perspective. Y'all, I don't like the attorney neither. Y'all, the sinuses are doing the most. They're doing the most. No matter how many, girl, you know, it's because it's raining. Anyway, so Neary emphasized the fact that the woman couldn't remember dates of specific incidents, part of what he called contradiction upon contradiction and inconsistencies. And so this is probably how he got off, because it's hard for a girl who was being assaulted at 15 and 16 to remember everything accurately by the time she gets to 19. And I know this because I wasn't sexually assaulted, but because of the way Katrina happened and the way my childhood had, you know, ups and downs of like these abusive moments, right? A lot of it I don't remember. And people will have to remind me of certain things. Certain people will come up to me, oh, hey, and when I see their face, then I'm like, oh, now I remember. Because I really will not remember certain things that happened during that part of my life because of how much trauma I went through. So yeah, like, I feel like that's not a good enough reason. That's why you have to look at something in the totality of it and not just inconsistencies in small, you know, not just inconsistencies in small cases of, you know, oh, the place. She said it was here, it was actually there. She said it was this year, it was actually that year. Like, when y'all know, as humans, when we have conversations, you might think that something happened in 2019, it actually happened in 2020. Like, that type of shit. So that's another reason why that's not a good enough reason for me to automatically feel like you didn't do something. Their Lottie home didn't have locks, he said, and the woman's brothers were around, running in and out of the house, making the sexual encounter she described implausible. Implausible? Yeah, see, that's a reach for me. Niggas in and out of a house don't mean they paying attention to what's going on with a young teenage girl. Also, if you know, Mendeecees had this certain air about him, those men wouldn't give him any slack for real, and he would be allowed to do. They can't be around 24/7, especially at night and all of that. Neary also took issue with Maurice's attempt to untangle Harris' relationships with 3 different women. How dare the prosecutor suggest that because he had a different lifestyle, that because he had 3 different girlfriends, sometimes at the same time, he adds, and that he's a reality TV star who gets $4,000 an episode. How dare she? I don't like the lawyer at all. The lawyer's a smut, grimy motherfucker. Not one question contradicted his belief, his strong feeling, and the truth that he had nothing to do with this girl, nothing to do with these sexual allegations. Neary said he broke down and said, I didn't do this, on the verge of tears. Just like he on the verge of tears with Yandy, acting like he cared about her. And y'all know how everybody always trying to act like when men are accused of rape by somebody, it ruins their image. When the truth of the matter is, a person that usually don't forget shit like this, forgot about that. Yeah. And for me, the way she described it, I'm sorry. I believe the teenage girl. I think that was one of them times where you niggas get away with harming young girls because nobody actually cares about them. And if you can have an attorney bite a 19-year-old's head off like that about her sexual assault, then yeah. Speaking of teenagers and sexual assault, y'all, let's take a little pivot over to TikTok. This popped up on my timeline just before I came up here, y'all. And I told y'all about this story. Okay? Well, now the victim is telling you about this story. This was a great segue. Let's go to the actual video, girl.
Okay, I'm going to be telling the long-awaited story time of all of this.
Okay. So let's pause for a second. Don't y'all remember this? I covered this story. Hold up. Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to be
Sorry. I covered this story.
telling the long-awaited
I wanna get her back to that. I don't know,
story
TikTok.
time
be
of
doing
all
those.
this.
Okay, pause. Come over here. Zoom in. Former NFL star Le'Veon has denied rape allegations after a jury awarded his alleged cousin Jada Bell $25 million in damages after she claimed he has been sexually assaulting her since the age of 6. Y'all remember that? And he got online and was screaming and all of that. And I told y'all just the way he was crying and screaming and shit that he did that shit. That wasn't the only thing, but I told y'all that I believed he did that shit. I don't even recall when they said that he had to pay her $25 million. I don't even recall that. But Jada Bell, yes, got his same last name and everything. That's how much she related to him. This, I think, was his little niece. Either his little niece or his little cousin. But either way, a family member that he was having a sexual relationship with, that he had been coercing into sex since they were younger. So this comes straight off that Mendeecees story, child. I didn't even know we was gonna go there, but this is a great segue. Let's listen to the young lady's story. Hold up.
I'm Jada. I'm the one that was in the blogs. You guys mixed me up with other Jadas because I never spoke about it publicly. Before starting this video, I do want to say that I'm telling my story for me and for anybody it may help with me telling my story. Because you would think that me finally telling my truth would make me feel better, but actually feels more bad than good mentally.
Which is another reason why people don't tell that somebody has like assaulted them or done something to them. That's why I never understand why everybody's always asking why all the time. It's like, what do you mean why, bitch? What do you mean why? Because y'all destroy people that accuse motherfuckers of doing something to them. Y'all destroy those people.
I'm going to go into detail about the situation because you can just look at the document and read it, and that's literally what happened. We'll start with how this first even came about. Le'Veon calls me panicking one day because his girlfriend Jaleesa goes to his phone and finds some things. He calls me back and he tells me that he opened up to her a little bit and that he needs me to talk to her. And I can open up to her, but I need to make it seem like it's something that we like to do as kids. When I got on the phone with her, she made it seem like it was a safe space, and I was 21 at the time. So up until 21, I never had the opportunity to tell anybody about it. So I told her my full truth. I didn't make it seem like anything. I told her exactly what it was. And not only did I open up about Le'Veon, I opened up about his brother Levante too. Le'Veon calls me back after that conversation, and he's upset with me because I opened up too much, and I didn't only open up about him, I opened up about his brother, and she was recording me the whole time, and I didn't know that. Le'Veon made it seem like to me that she maliciously recorded me to hold it over his head. So after that conversation with Le'Veon, I reached out to Jaleesa through text and cussed her clean the fuck out because why would you record me at my most vulnerable moment? She calls me, but I declined the call, and I text her that I'm not going to go on the phone with her just so she can record me again. Then she sends me a voice message.
When it comes to him flirting with you, this, that, and the third, I told him that shit is out. And if I ever call him doing so afterwards, that's when I brought the voice note into play. Because it's like, bro, leave that little girl alone. Literally, like, me showing him that voice note was trying to defend you and trying to, like, get him to leave you the fuck alone. Like, that shit's just not cool, bro. And I understand, like, the pain and the hurt that it's brought you. And I try to show that to him. And, of course, it never really pans out how you want it to be dealing with Le'Veon. So he took it however he took it. But at the end of the day, in my defense, I guess I was just trying to, like, look you out, which probably did more damage than good. And I apologize for that. But dealing with Le'Veon, you literally got to show him proof in order for him to, like, believe it, or in order for him to see, like, where the fuck he went wrong, or whatever the case is. So that's just...
Y'all, that sounds crazy that you find text messages between your man and his cousin who is underage that shows he's messing with a little girl, and you feel like you have to prove something to this nigga in order to get him to believe what you're accusing him of?
It's my fault. And you can save this voice note, you can share it, you can send it to Le'Veon.
She did say I can share it, so. Then when things come out 4 years later, because this is tea for y'all, this is not tea for our family, everybody in our family knew what was going on. She goes on to defend Le'Veon like I lied and I made everything up. Delusional. Last thing I'm going to talk about in this video is the next person to find out about anything besides me, Jaleesa, and Le'Veon. At the time, Levante didn't know that anybody else knew outside of me and him. But the next person to find out about this information is their mom, Lisa, which is also my dad's sister and my aunt. A little backstory on me and Lisa's old relationship. We really had a good relationship. We had the cute.
So Lisa is the mother of Le'Veon and his brother. And apparently Le'Veon and his brother were sexually assaulting this girl, their little cousin Jada.
Aunt and niece role. So I actually felt comfortable talking to her about it. The side is super small. We were very family oriented. And one day everybody was together, but it was super, super awkward. Like you can feel the tension in the room. Le'Veon and Jaleesa ends up leaving. And then Lisa ends up telling me, you can't leave until you tell me what's going on. Because we were super close, I felt comfortable telling her what happened. So I did. I'm telling her, crying and all. She says, I'm sorry that happened to you, but what are you going to do about this information? And if you feel like you need to tell your parents, you need to tell me first. And I'm not lying about that because I was sober.
Excuse me? Excuse me. If you're going to tell your parents, you need to tell me first. Yeah, girl, your aunt never had your best interest at heart at all. And it also makes me feel like, what were y'all doing to the brothers? What were y'all doing to Le'Veon and his brother as children that made them sexual predators?
Brainwashed and manipulated by these people since I was a kid. I actually told her that I was going to tell my parents. I held it in for a little bit, but my mom really wanted to figure out why I was dating girls and not boys. I never expected Lisa to disown her sons. I just expected her to make them accountable and have my back a little bit because of how close we were.
Girl, not the reason why your mom wants to know what's going on with you because you're not dating boys. Oh my God, what is going on with you? You're not attracted to men? What is happening to my daughter? This is not who I raised. Girl, I guess your homophobia made you a good parent in that moment. Because otherwise, I guess if she was fucking with boys, you wouldn't have even inquired on what was going on with your child in order. Girl.
4 years later to the public, she also fell into the narrative of that I'm lying and making this up. But this was her 4 years.
So, hold up, I'm trying to get out of exit out of the screen. So what she's saying is, even though she told everything to the aunt knew about it. The aunt then 4 years later gets on the internet and denies it all.
Before the public found out.
Oh, hold up, pause. Jada, first, I love you dearly. Secondly, I never said it was your fault by any means. Lastly, I just wished you would have come to me. Why? Why does she need to come to you? So that you can save your sons from being held accountable because they're your meal ticket. They're your family's meal ticket, right? Him playing football and all of that. Him being a meal ticket for y'all means that y'all are going to excuse his behavior and allow him to be sexually deviant with his little cousin, sexually assaulting her. Y'all are going to allow that to happen because he plays football. And y'all wonder why I don't like this shit. The reason why I don't like sports, the reason why is because y'all really will pedestalize football players because they offer you a lifestyle that you apparently can't get for yourself. That's why this survival mode shit is a problem, y'all. That's why not having socialist ideals and feeling like, oh, we need to get rid of all social services. All of that shit is stupid. It is stupid, stupid, stupid. Because in real life, what ends up happening is when people don't have shit, they thirst for it. They are desperate for it. And when they are thirsty and desperate for a lifestyle they feel like they cannot attain on their own, they will excuse everything under the fucking sun in order to make sure they get a certain type of lifestyle, including allowing a little girl in a family to be assaulted by older boys in her family as long as they play football. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me continue reading what this ain't shit ass aunt said. Oh my God. Like, I just wish you would have came to me or someone that was an adult and said something. I don't agree with what happened, and I wouldn't have then either. I am very hurt by this entire situation, and it is tearing our family apart. That never ever anything I wanted. However, I'm sorry that you went through such a terrible situation and you kept it in this long. My heart hurts for you, and I want you to understand I never said it was your fault. That's what she said, and then called her a liar.
Delusional. This is not even a quarter of the story. The story is so long and it gets so much crazier, and I have so much to show. But I made this to say that I was betrayed by 2 women that I thought I could trust. And that's exactly why I am the way I am today, because both of my jobs involve kids. I nanny 3 little girls, and I'm also a cheerleading coach. It's so important for me to be the big sister to any young girls that I'm around, because I needed that when I was younger. Because I'm the only girl and I'm the youngest. Me telling my truth did not help me mentally, but I do feel like if me telling my story helped anybody, even if it's just one person, that's a step towards me feeling good about telling my truth. Because since I came out about it, even to this day, I still don't feel good about telling my truth. I do hope this helps someone. Hope this connects me with people who went through the same thing as me, and finally have somebody to talk to that relates. Okay, I'm gonna be.
And another thing, okay? Did y'all hear that? Hoping she can talk to somebody that relates. Lady still needs some type of still needs some type of fucking community. That just came out 20 hours ago, y'all. That was last night. So yeah. Ooh, girl, it's sad out here. It is very sad what happens out here in the community. Okay? Let's see. Let's go ahead. Let me transition to something else. But first I want to play a little ad for y'all before we get into the rest of the show. Can y'all like the video and hype me up and let the folks know that I'm here? Okay, and I'm live. Okay. It's an ad, girl. Watch it.
Hey y'all, so look where I'm at. I know y'all like, where is this? I am at this store that sells samples and gongs because I got my sound therapy certification. I've been in the kitchen cooking. I haven't just been in Thailand, I've been working. But this is the gong that I'm about to purchase. And I have like a 7-piece sound bowl set, so that I can be able to offer sound therapy at the retreats, and eventually when I get a retreat center, I want to be able to offer sound therapy. So I am excited. I'm just here getting the instruments. I ordered a few online, but for the bowls, I purchased them here, and the gong here, and I think that's it from this particular place. But she was in my class with me, so she's the one that told me about this place. And yeah, so I'm excited. So y'all know we have the Mauritius retreat coming up in September, and we need more of y'all to sign up so we can move forward with it. Right now we have 6 people, potentially a 7th person. So if you have been on the fence about attending a reset retreat, jump off the fence and just do it. It will be worth the money. Mauritius is gorgeous, and we're gonna have a great time. It is from September 8th through the 17th, and it's 10 days. So pretty much 9 nights. And I am looking forward to hosting all of you. I know Keena's looking forward to it as well. So yeah, sign up. Sign up, y'all. Just sign up. Do something for yourself and sign up, because I know a lot of you need this retreat. So I'm looking forward to seeing the sign-ups. Remember, we do have Affirm, but Affirm is its own entity, but you can register for the retreat and pay with Affirm. You do have to be approved, so look at all the disclaimers for that. But yeah, just go ahead and sign up. Hey y'all, so.
All right. So yes, we are going to Mauritius. I'm excited. So y'all go ahead and sign up. The link is down below in the description box. That's Ty. Ty is like a big sister to me, and this is her business, Reset by Design Wellness, that I have been advertising for the past few years, and we have been all over the place. We've been to Africa before. We went to Ghana. We went to Thailand. We went to Bali. We've actually been to Thailand twice. We're also planning a group trip that everybody can come to for Vietnam and Thailand next year. But right now, we're really trying to get our Reset by Design girlies to come through for the Black women only retreat. Okay, there is no age limit, but we do things, you know, especially when we go certain places, it requires you to be able to be, you know, somebody that can walk on your own, somebody that might be, you know, able to climb some steps. Okay, if you you need to be in somewhat of a good physical health for the most part to come on these trips, because we go places that require you to be able to walk. You know what I mean? And Americans don't do a lot of walking, so you know, unless they are mindful to do it. So yeah, y'all should come on one of our trips. I feel like we going anyway. Like I said, girl, we're going. Okay, we're seeing the world, girl. All right. Let's move on. So let's go ahead and get into some more of what I got planned for y'all today. So I think this might be a good time to go ahead and get into Cheyenne Bryant. Okay. So this is how a lot of people are defending Cheyenne Bryant. And I love this because this is another grifter scammer person defending another grifter scammer person. But what I think is so interesting is the way the men that actually defend her they don't like Black women. They don't really like Black women. They pander to her almost as if, yeah, I don't really like women in general, but I'll pander to Cheyenne Bryant because I want to fuck her. And there's a possibility that I might be able to fuck her if I defend her loud enough on the internet. Y'all will always say, whenever like Deontay Kyle or those young men from the Jam podcast, whenever they speak up about, you know, truth to power and the truth about what women go through as men that can see the differences, right, in their experience and what women are experiencing, and actually be honest about it, because they're not trying to manipulate women into being with them, because they either already have women or they go about it from a different viewpoint. Okay. But those specific men are consistent, but they will still be called panderers anytime a Black man doesn't like what they say. When Umar is the Black man that a lot of you niggas love, literally in this moment, pandering to this woman.
I believe that Black women, I'm going to call the kettle black. Some men too, but mostly Black women are attacking her out of jealousy.
We're attacking her. We're attacking her, asking for her to stop lying about her credentials. Especially when, and this is the thing that pisses me off. Women should have a problem with the shit that Cheyenne Bryant says, because it's male-centered pick-me shit. It's shit that is always, I mean, not always, because sometimes, you know, a dead clock is right twice a day. She has said things that I agree with, but ultimately I pinpointed her from the very beginning as somebody with a mother wound. As soon as she sat down with Cam Newton and talked about her mom and her dad, I told y'all this is a pick-me that has not healed from her anger with her mother. So her commentary, the things that she says, are going to be from the standpoint of having more empathy and sympathy for a man than for a woman, which means she does not have empathy and sympathy for women, which means she can't really see their plight accurately. She may see it, but she's not going to fully engage with it honestly, because it's the cognitive dissonance that she needs in order to view her father as better than he actually is. Cheyenne Bryant is somebody whose father was a drug dealer, right? Mom and dad were teens. Dad is a drug dealer. Mom becomes a drug addict. Dad goes to jail, leaves Cheyenne, little Cheyenne, with a teenage drug addicted mother. That mother who she says works for her today. Pedestalizes the father, right? Oh, I don't have daddy issues because my dad was there for me. He gave me game once he got out of jail. But to act as if you don't have an abandonment wound from a father that went to jail is crazy. It's crazy work. You have abandonment issues from both parents. Your mother emotionally abandoned you because she was on drugs, and your father physically abandoned you because he sold her the drugs or gave her the drugs, which makes him even more accountable and what happened to her, and you don't even see it.
They are jealous of her looks. They are jealous of her life coaching career. They are jealous of her podcast success. They wish they were in her position. And because they are not, they are trying to destroy that woman. Period. Point blank in the story. I've told you before, Art.
Mind you, this is a woman. Y'all follow me. Y'all watch my previous videos about Cheyenne. We went on Cheyenne's website. Cheyenne is actively lying to people about her credentials, while simultaneously giving life, relationship, and familial advice from a seat, a pedestalized seat. I don't know why you don't understand how problematic and harmful it is for you not to know what the fuck you talking about, but to be saying it and proclaiming it to people as if you do know what you're talking about. But it does make sense for one grifter to defend another.
Black men have a problem with each other, right? We got an ego problem. I think black women's problem with each other exceeds black men's problem with each other.
How? That doesn't even make any sense. I'm going to tell you why that doesn't make any sense. Without men creating the triangulation, women really have no real reason to hate each other or to want to kill each other. Y'all, on the other hand, will unalive one another over stepping on each other's shoes. I'm so confused about how the issue amongst women is worse than the issue amongst men. But on some level, he's telling the truth slightly. I'm going to tell you why. Because men have a solidarity. Keep the lie alive. Bros before hoes. I'm a man. I'm better than a woman. I'm going to lie to her about it, but I actually do feel like me being a man means that I'm supposed to be in charge in some type of way. I'm automatically a leader. She's supposed to be here to be subservient to me. I'm not going to say that out loud, but that's how I'm going to treat her, and that's how I'm going to see her. And we're all in agreement about this. The men are in agreement. The women are not in agreement because some of the women are in agreement with the men. And then the other women that see that men are causing harm to the women, we're not in agreement with those men. So now we're not in agreement with those women either. Misogyny, yes.
They are doing to Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is absolutely unacceptable, Art. They are destroying this woman more than I believe that black.
So apparently, calling for accountability, asking for someone to be clear about their credentials is destroying them. Mind you, that lady was just on somebody's red carpet looking fine as fucking unbothered. But online, requiring her to have credentials, pointing out that she doesn't have credentials, having an issue with the fact that she doesn't have credentials, is thus dragging her to hell, I guess.
Donald Trump, they are destroying this woman more than Candace Owens.
First of all, no. That's a nice try, Umar. You always employ the same stupid ass tactics. Y'all don't do this to white people. Y'all don't do this to white people. What are you talking about? People are tearing Donnie. We're tired. We're tired of even seeing him. And what do you want us to say to Candace Owens that's flip-flopping all over the place? What do you want us to say to her? She's not the one saying she's a doctor and lying about it. We know Donald Trump is a liar. We screamed it from the mountaintops and y'all ignored us about it. And now it's like, I don't even care. What do you want us to do? This is a white people problem. White people, Trump is y'all's problem to fix as far as I'm concerned. I'm sorry, but everybody needs to handle their own groups individually. That's what I'm starting to think. We all need to call a thing and be honest and have like one accord about what we feel like is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Because we live amongst each other. But essentially, I feel like the only people whose minds I really, really am trying to like help and work on are women, and specifically black women. Now, the white women that follow me, I appreciate y'all. If y'all feel like this is a safe space for y'all, y'all are welcome. Okay? But this space is for black women because I am a black woman. That's who I'm talking to. So yeah, we have to wake the fuck up. We have to wake up. Us. We need to wake up. The fuck? Cheyenne Bryant was out here lying to people, manipulating people, and being a pathological liar, to be honest. And I thought she was being a pathological liar, but we're going to prove how much of a fucking liar she is, because she said she ran for mayor, and I Googled it and looked it up, and they said that she did run for mayor, but there's more information about that. Let Dr. Umar finish coochie sucking through the screen.
They destroying this woman more than Erica Kirk. They destroying this woman more than the police officers who killed Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, Breonna Taylor.
How are we destroying her more than all of those other people? How, Sway? From the comments? From the comments?
Sonia Bland, Sonia Mancy, Amir Locke, you name it, Art. The enemies of African people have not received the type of vitriol.
He's just employing the same tactics used to excuse away accountability for black men for her, but her specifically.
That Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is receiving. If y'all want to expose it and be done with it. Everybody has heard the story.
Yeah. Please tell us how to expose somebody that continues to do interviews lying. Remember I told you how many black men were in my, y'all still talking about this? Y'all still talk? What do you mean? It happened last week. And she continues to do interviews telling us to kiss her ass about calling herself a doctor and lying about her credentials. And now you're telling us how we should, a nigga that says the same thing 3 times is telling us that we need to just do some shit and then stop talking about it. Boy, fuck you.
But guess what? They going around and around and around with this, Art. And Donald Trump.
Now, mind you, we wouldn't have to go and around and around and around and around and around and around we go and around and around and around we go, yeah. Okay, we wouldn't have to if she wouldn't, keep lying the way she does. Let me see. Is this the video? No, this is not the video. Hold on. I'm trying to find the video. I'm about to be mad because I could have sworn I saved this motherfucking video where this lady says that Cheyenne Bryant did not actually run for mayor the way she says that she did. The lady said that she ran for mayor. She did not.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, hold up. Nah, that was somebody talking about, y'all missed it. We didn't miss it. Y'all just don't watch everybody in order to know what everybody talks about. But we've been discussed that Cheyenne Bryant has a mother wound. The very first time she was on Cam Newton's podcast, I talked about her mother wound. So, no, we didn't miss it. You just didn't see my commentary on it, girl. I'm annoyed because, I promise y'all, I saved the story. This morning, I was going through and I saved that. I liked it and I saved it. And now all I see is James Charles on my shit. This is annoying. Okay, let me find it. Okay, is this it? This is it. It was there. I know I saw it there before. When I first clicked, this was there. When I went back, it wasn't there. Y'all, in TikTok, you working on my nerves, girl. This was absolutely there. I know y'all saw this. Maybe it was on Instagram. Let me see. Was it on Instagram It was on Instagram. That's what it was, girl. Nah, it wasn't on TikTok. I'm sorry. I be forgetting where I find shit at, girl. My bad. Let's get into it.
2 black people running. Because I did this with Los Angeles. I was running for LA mayor. And then I seen our mayor, Karen Bass, come in as a candidate. And she was running against a white male, a Republican, and it was neck to neck. And I knew that had I stayed in the race, neither one of us would have ran because 2 black people will split the vote. Yeah. So what I'm saying, right, Mark? So what I'm saying is I pulled out so that Karen could win. Right. And she barely won, like Mark is saying. I'm talking about by a needle. Had I even took 200 of her votes, then she wouldn't have won. So I think that Cornell needs to pull back if we want Kamala to win, because he's going to take her votes. He's still black. So
12. That's how many people actually qualified for the 2022 LA mayoral ballot. 27 filed paperwork to even try to run, and Ms. Cheyenne Bryant was not one of them. I'm Hannah McKenzie, chair of the LA County Commissioner on Alcohol and Other Drugs, and I keep getting asked if Ms. Cheyenne Bryant ran for mayor of LA. And the answer is no. She campaigned, but there's a difference. Let me explain. There was a website. It's actually still up. There was a banner. There was a Dr. Cheyenne Bryant for LA Mayor 2022 branding. There was some community events, photo ops, the whole production. What there wasn't was a nomination papers filed. There was no candidate statement filed. There was nothing sent to the LA city clerk. So there's that. Her name never hit a ballot. She never made a qualified candidates list. She never showed up on Ballotopia, Wikipedia, or the LA Times Roundup. None of those things happened. But the website is still up. You can go check it out. It still says for LA Mayor 2022. It still reads like a campaign is in progress 3 years later. And that right there is why people are in my DMs asking me if she actually ran for mayor. Because in 2026, a Canva graphic and a confident caption will rewrite history. People don't fact check things. They just screenshot and keep it pushing. So let me be clear with all of you. Announcing a run, building a site, and showing up at a community event is marketing. Filing with the city clerk is running. One is a brand and the other is a ballot. Know the difference, especially before you put it on someone's bio. If you don't control the narrative, the streets will, and it will not be in your favor.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys heard it. Y'all heard it here. Okay, with Tonya, what is this, McKenzie? PR? Girl. Lying about running for me. I knew she was lying. I knew she was lying. I knew she was lying. But yeah, that's y'all, that's y'all girl just lying for no reason. You didn't even have to lie to us, girl. You didn't have to lie to kick it. So let's go ahead and get into a Young Miami clip right quick. Where all my scamming ass niggas at? Girl, go in there. Girl, go in there. Girl, go in there. Go, y'all bag. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Where all my scamming ass niggas at? Listen. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. I heard some people singing it and it's way better. Yeah! Listen.
Ever date another older gentleman who's like 20 years older than you again? Yes. You would. Once wasn't enough.
I like older. It's just fun. It's different. Like, you hear like older women now say that they want to date younger men.
Hey,
you know?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm glad you taking them old. Oh, excuse me. Let me be
I
polite.
just like older. I don't know. I feel like they older, they seasoned, they mature, they got a little more patience. Like
Patience. To me, whenever she talks about dating an older man, she's talking about Diddy. And whenever she talks about her experience of him, this experience that she's talking about is with him. He was not patient with you, Carisha. He was not patient with you. He was plotting on you. There's a difference. The fact that she still is not seeing this Diddy situation clearly is alarming for me. Because a nigga that kicks a bitch in the head is not patient, bitch.
You know, they got patience. Like, I need somebody to be patient with me.
No,
and I need
she absolutely feels like she needs a father. Even though she's grown. With kids of her own. Carisha is in a mindset Carisha is in the mindset of needing a father. She need, y'all make children feel like they're missing something when an abusive parent or, somebody that doesn't want to be there for their child or, whatever. You make children feel like they're missing something when some nigga isn't around. And so for the rest of their lives, there's a hole inside of themselves that some nigga was supposed to be in there. And then you add the misogyny and the survival mode of how she grew up, always looking for some man to fill a hole for her. Talking about I want an older man. Girl, you're 30. Who do you think you are right now? Do you still think you're a 22-year-old city girl? And I understand what she means. But, I'm 30. I would want to be with a more established man and all of that. But it's like you're like 30 something, Carisha. The men your age are grown. The men your age can be established, especially now.
To treat me like I'm a queen.
Right.
Like,
She is the older man.
these little, the ones that's in the same age range, they still trying to have fun.
Yes.
So I want.
What do you mean they still trying to have fun? Because Diddy was not ever going to marry you, Carisha. What do you mean?
One that's like gentle with me.
Do you think you would ever date?
She's still delusional, y'all. And we know she delusional because she always saying something in interviews that lets us know how she still sees that relationship in a way that shows that she's unclear on it. She's not very clear on that relationship, and that's just how I feel about it. I saw a picture, and I thought it might have been AI, but it was a picture of Clarissa Shields picking up the Alicia girl, and I'm like, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but in my mind, Clarissa, I'm gonna leave it alone. But y'all know I be thinking hoes be gay. That's it. Let's get into K Michelle, right? I think that's the next thing I need to talk about. K Michelle. Only because, like, I think that, she's a DL woman, like, and just don't know it yet. Because her animosity towards women, a lot of times when women have, like, a outward jealousy towards other women about their beauty or whatever, the underlying thing is being attracted to them. Not just jealousy because you're perceived as not being as beautiful, but I want you and I feel like I can't have you. The same thing that men do. I heard it. The same thing that men do. Yeah, every now and again, y'all are going to hear some little, crazy shit, okay? And I can hear it, so I'll try to repeat myself as to not have it be a part of my edit or so that y'all didn't hear what I said, but I can hear when it does the little, and I don't know what that's about. I can't really care right now. I just want to go ahead and get into K Michelle. And I know as I'm speaking right now, I'm clear and y'all can hear me. It's just whenever I click on something, I get this, kick, and then, it kind of automates my voice, okay? Because technology has to act like a hoe. K Michelle has internalized a lot of the things that we've been told about Black girls. So, yeah. I agree with Bondi. Most hoes are gay. Which makes sense, right? Because y'all know how we say men, when men go and have sex with so many different women all the time, is because they're trying to scratch an itch that they can't scratch, right? I think it might be sometimes the same thing for women. Like, I do think that shows up. And really, y'all, the broader conversation is that we created a society, not us, but then people created a society that we live in that is oppressive. And so the inability to be fluid and however you choose to be fluid is choking for most people. It's oppressive. It shows up in other ways that they're not really like privy to. But your anger, your frustration about things informs you. And when you get really upset, every time I say that somebody's gay, I want you to check in with yourself and ask why. Why would that upset you? It's actually quite funny to me. Okay, but the bleaching. I don't know if Kay is bleaching, but I do feel like Kay wants to look a certain way. And I think lightening herself is something that she, yeah. I think the girls want to look lighter. I think they want to have slimmer noses. I think they want to, have more of I could look like a white girl if you squinted your eyes a little bit. Aesthetic about themselves, okay? But let's get into it because she was on, y'all, she's been doing the conversations all over the place. And I just wanted to go through some of the things that K. Michelle is talking about. Let's get into it.
You do verses?
Oh, I think I should do a versus.
Who you gonna go up against?
Probably the Muppet. But I mean, so much. I will not. She probably be so much better.
Would you do verses?
Probably so much better than me. She as an elitist and black person, she's so refined. But she's the one with teeth knocked out, sleeping with married men. Not me.
I don't know who you talking about.
Not.
Okay, so I need for y'all to understand that K. Michelle has often been the person that's gonna say some slick shit. She's often been the person that's gonna say some slick shit. That's why I don't understand why y'all are kind of like not seeing her accurately in her. But I do understand a lot of people, y'all don't know her. Y'all know her by name, but y'all don't know her for her works. Well, her and Tamar have been fighting with each other for years.
Me. But I'm low level, low class. Probably so much better than me. Level, low class because of your family.
You don't want to tell me? Tell me in my ear.
No, I would never because I think people understand as far as that, I am over what they were saying in the last couple of years, like 10 million level, low class. And this person is about 2 million. And I put the 2 on the sister. And you steadily attacking me. So I've been quiet on your attacks. So now get up there. Do your verses, little lady. Go for a little Muppet. Let's rock. And this person.
I honestly feel like it would be gold. To me, it would be just as messy, if not more messy, than Tank and Tyrese. I honestly would have it on my calendar to watch Tamar and K. Michelle do a versus. I feel like K. Michelle has more songs, but Tamar has more hits. And so hearing their music go up against each other, along with the witty banter, would be ideal. I don't care what anybody's talking about. I would want to see it. I don't care. To me, at that point, it's not even about the music. I want to see y'all do a versus. I want to see it.
But now you're on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You can like switch networks, switch franchises. So what's that like now?
People are mad. It's a thing. It's like a trending thing.
Like once you here, you stay here. Don't be going over there.
Yeah, and to watch the girls. See, the girls in Atlanta have this clique, Shannon. Like, I don't know if you've gotten into the clique yet, but it's the clique of I'm cool, I'm rich, I'm this and that. I've never fit into anybody's clique.
Right.
So I've never been the girl when I talk about blacks and being a lead and things like that. I've always had the written paper accolades, but my behavior has never
You still that girl from Memphis.
Yeah, it's never given that, and they hated that. So a lot of these women want to be on this type of show, great money, showing your life, dealing with all of that. So when they found out a girl from Northern Hip Hop was coming to Atlanta that was, upscale, this and that, they really tried to give me a hard time.
But now you're on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You can like switch networks, switch franchises.
But the thing is, I am a housewife, regardless of the types you see or what you think. I give this housewife, I give that housewife, I just give myself.
Right. But now
I told y'all I wanted her to get over. I told y'all I wanted her to get over that. Like, I wanted her to get over this I don't fit in and this elitist thing. Girl, fuck them people and fuck what they gotta say. Like, stop bringing that shit up. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I want her to stop bringing that specific thing up. Let's see. What else did she say? She also went over to, I think this might be Nessa's podcast.
Have me sitting in a circle of women coming in on positivity. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, wait.
And
not this one. Let's not use that one. Let's use this one.
the post.
No, sorry.
You know.
And where are things now between you and Porsha? Because I saw the response. Really? Has it gotten to that point?
Man.
And why?
Did they edit out what she said?
And the reason I'm saying this because I think the hurt, it's clearly you're hurt, right? And I want people to really understand that. It's not just...
I'm there with that because, honestly...
Sure.
She's a fun girl, like all of that. And, you know, we're dealing with a woman who for years have begun caught lying on people. Every year. And to see, you know what I'm saying? To see certain things, to see things, just ignore the fact. It don't matter who told me. Sure. If God told me. We didn't deal with the fact of what it was. But this been going on for years. This is reality TV. They can say, yo, toughen up this reality TV. I get it, and I play the game, and I understand it. You know?
And where are things now?
That don't mean I ain't gonna have no emotion.
Right.
No emotions while playing.
Yeah.
You know, and when it comes to her, I feel like, you know, she feels like, you know, it's her show or whatever. I never play with line. I never play line leader games. You know, like you're never gonna have me fall in line. You're never gonna make me fall in line. It's just never going to happen.
And I firmly believe that Porsha wanted Kay to fall in line and be one of the people standing behind her, but Kay is not doing that. So now she has to, you know, make it an issue with her. That was always going to be what happened.
Right.
So if I don't play it your way, you won't play it this way. And just know I'm going to play it that way. So hopefully, you know, I'm always open, especially in this type of arena and things. You have to forgive.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's not bad. It's not like, I hate.
Of course not.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like, I hate her. I'm never going to talk to her again. Man, I've had way worse done to me. It's not that.
So we could get to a better place. Maybe in
that don't mean I ain't gonna have no emotion.
The future, right? Maybe I'm trying to
other issues than me to deal with. Like,
Sure.
you know, like, but when it comes to her, maybe so. I don't hate her. It's,
Right.
You know, that's not that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that. It's just, and this ain't even just her fight. She wasn't the one to completely come up with that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that.
She wasn't the one to completely come up with that. See, look at her backtracking already. She's not backtracking. She's not backtracking. She actually said more.
The person who came up with it, she just forgettable. She get kicked out of her own fight. So it's more entertaining for, I think, the viewers, for
Sure.
me and Porsha to fight. It's more.
Which sounds like Phaedra. It sounds like Phaedra.
Entertaining than the other one that, you know, but she was a part of it. And once I said something about it, no one wanted hands on it.
I mean, when I saw the post about you posting,
K. Michelle is not scared of Porsha. Yo, I promise y'all. K. Michelle is not afraid of Porsha. I promise y'all. At least not in my purview. She's been up against way bigger bitches.
her Porsha posting, and then you posted this, and my jaw, the future, right? Maybe I'm trying to
other issues than
dropped. No different than you being 2 doors down from me, effing my ex, sitting in my face like you're a girl's girl. Is this real?
Yeah, why? I don't.
No, like meaning, because that sounds crazy.
I don't.
Like, you know that's.
Y'all have seen me. When have I lied on TV? I lied on. Why would I put that on a woman? One thing I don't do is put stuff and bodies and stuff on women. Even when we came in with you know, the Kelly situation, I was like, I don't know what that woman do with her hot pocket. I don't do certain things. Like, some stuff is just not player. I'm just not
sure.
that.
Like, yeah.
But no, that that ain't false. You can't say you bringing me into a friend group and you around here, you banging on my last known ex.
So it was Drew. So y'all saying that it was Drew's plan, and so it's easier for them to go back and forth with Porsha. Is that what y'all are saying? Even though her and Porsha are still beefing? Okay. Listen, I think we're just gonna have to differ in opinion on this. I don't think that she's scared of Porsha. I still think that it's about being strategic. I think in the moment, it was about being strategic. I'm standing on what I said. So, and I don't hear her saying that it wasn't a plot. I don't hear her saying that it wasn't Porsha involvement. I just heard her say that it wasn't Portia's idea, which a lot of the times these things aren't exactly Portia's idea. Certain things. But to me, Porsha absolutely wanted K. Michelle to fall in line as her being the head of the girls on the show. And I'm about to say, I don't think it's Drew either. I don't think it's Drew. But okay. Yeah. And I honestly don't care about, we talk all the time. Phaedra is the type of person to realize that you don't really fuck with her. And if you're a real threat, she will act like, oh no, that's not what I meant. Now she gonna be your friend.
And he telling me, and you sit here like.
Dropped. No different than you being 2 doors down from me, effing my ex, sitting in my face like you're a girl's girl. Is this real?
Yeah, well, I don't.
No, like meaning because that sounds crazy.
I don't lie on no TV. Y'all have seen me. When have I lied on TV? I lied on. Why would
not backpedaling.
Put that on a woman. One thing I don't do is put stuff and bodies and stuff on women. Even when we came in with the Kelly situation, I was like, all right, I don't know what that woman do with her hot pocket. I don't do certain things. Like some stuff is just not player. I'm
Absolutely.
just not that.
Like yeah.
But no, that ain't false. You can't say you bringing me into a friend group and you around here, you banging on my last known ex and telling him, and he telling me, and you sit here like,
drop.
You my friend. And I'm supposed to sit up here and be all open to be brought into this friend group, and I'm your friend. I'm trying to be your friend. You have what I don't like to do is go on people, what people's reputation are, because I know I've had a reputation, and that's not it, so I try to be fair.
Right.
But you also have to be aware.
Right.
Your actions are not that of a girl's girl. They've never been. And if you started looking at me, telling me how much you love me, and I'm knowing everything.
Now, to be fair, did she know? Were you guys friends at that time, or is it like?
No, it's not about that. I got a whole husband.
Right.
It ain't that. It's the fact that you'll see, because I may be getting a little bit ahead.
Right. We'll see.
It's the fact that you were hiding something that you didn't have to hide. On purpose. When I would have sang at y'all wedding. Like, what do you mean? Like, you my friend.
That makes sense to me.
Like, but you sitting up here in my face, talking to me, to my ex, and he telling me.
Oh.
And the whole time we filming, I'm sitting there like this.
Wow.
I'm sitting there quiet. I'm not no fool. Like,
do we see?
You never one up me. Like, but you sitting up here in my face, talking to me, to my ex, and he telling me.
Oh.
And the whole time we filming, I'm sitting there like this.
Yeah. When did Kay lie on Lyrica? She might have, girl. I don't know how crazy it looked, all that BTS producing these ladies did. I knew about all of it, and I sat and watched quietly. I'm not new to this. I'm definitely crying when I'm mad, at risk of returning to my old self, which I personally understand. Don't sit in my face and play like you don't know what I'm talking about. You want a reaction, right? This is what was being said. Having a whole husband means I'm not like upset because you were having sex or a relationship with him. It's because, like she said, I mean, I don't understand why that's not. The lady said it in a sentence. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But she literally said the reason why she said I'm a married woman is because I'm not mad at Porsha for being with my ex. I am turned off by the fact that Porsha would be messing with my ex and then talking shit to him about me and in my face and not telling me. Because that's weird. That's weirdo bitch shit to be, oh, I'm your friend. I'm right here. I brought you into the friend group and then I'm fucking your ex and having conversations with him about you. Like, that's what she's saying. So to me, she's not backpedaling on anything. Sounds like she's saying it was her ex that called her and told her what the fuck was going on. Maybe that was the case. And to me, you can't trust, exes and men's. You can't. But yeah, no, I'm sorry, y'all. And this is another thing that I feel like y'all are not getting, and some people didn't get when I commented on this. Porsha basically let it be known that she did plot on K. Michelle, and that instead of K. Michelle coming to her straight up and them doing their job, she did it on Twitter. She had the conversation with the air, whatever y'all talking about, okay? To me, in this tweet, I would define a coward as a person tweeting from the same house 2 doors down from me. Next time, let's do our job and bring it to my front door real time. That's how it's done in RHOA. Girl, first of all, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't even like that tone. But next time, let's do our job, bring it to my front door. To me, in my mind, I've created a trap and you were supposed to come to me and start going at me about this trap I set for you, which was going to make you look crazy. Huh? What did I do? So that I can do that. But you didn't do that. You didn't do that. I always think that to me, y'all act, there's always a plot. On reality TV, there's always a plot to have a storyline where you're getting into it with the other women for whatever reason. I'm really not coming up off that. I'm, really not caring about, what people feel about it. As far as people feeling, it's literally how the reality shows work. It's literally how they work. It's literally how they work. They have to come up with something to talk to y'all about, especially if they don't want to give y'all their personal life. And every single person that I think is creating bullshit behind the scenes is a person that doesn't have anything going on. But yeah, K. Michelle said that the people, that you were hiding things behind her back. For what? What are you hiding shit for? Because you're a weirdo. Also, y'all thinking that everybody's entitled to their own feelings. I don't feel like Porsha is ever really genuine when she pretends to care about people. And I really, again, will behoove y'all to go and watch her on her, Family Matters show so that y'all can see how good she is at switching her emotions on and off depending on what's going on in the scene. Let me see. This is accurate as fuck. This is another clip from her and Shannon.
But now you're on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You can switch networks, switch franchises. So what's that like now?
People are mad.
We played this clip, but I want to see
it's like a trending thing.
Like once you here, you stay here. Don't be going over there.
Yeah, and to watch the girls. See, the girls in Atlanta have this clique, Shannon. I don't know if you've gotten into the clique yet, but it's the clique of I'm cool, I'm rich, I'm this and that. I've never fit into anybody's clique.
Right.
So I've never been the girl when I talk about blacks and being a lead and things like that. I've always had the written paper accolades, but my behavior has never.
You still that girl from Memphis.
Yeah, it's never given that, and they hated that. So a lot of these women want to be on this type of show, great money, showing your life, dealing with all of that. So when they found out a girl from Love and Hip Hop was coming to Atlanta that was, upscale, this and that, they really tried to give me a hard time. But the thing is, I am a housewife, regardless of the types.
And that was why she had to go hurry up and marry that man. I want to find that clip of her talking about how she lets him have sex. Oh,
With Mimi and Jocelyn and Stevie J, that interaction,
Okay, hear me out, y'all. It is the same story 10 years later, but it doesn't mean that it's not true. The reason why I say that is because reality shows are very cliquey. And if there is a stronger personality in that clique that everybody has already acquiesced to, when you have a person like K. Michelle come into the mix, she is somebody that will make the lead person feel insecure in some type of way. Jocelyn knew that it was better for her to befriend K. Michelle when they were on the show together because, first of all, K. Michelle had fell out with Mimi by the time she decided to be cool with Jocelyn. Prior to that, she wasn't really fucking with Jocelyn like that, but she was so mad at Mimi because Mimi could not hear her about Nico the Freako that you go and form a friendship with Jocelyn, which I feel like was really based off the fact that they're both, you know, bisexual and are sexually attracted to each other, but also being women that will be kind of predatory towards other women in some capacity or aggressive, like the aggressor in a situation with a woman. K. Michelle and Jocelyn had that in common. I think Jocelyn is a master manipulator when it comes to certain people. Like if she is insecure, she is either going to try to play you up, like love bomb you and get in your head that way, or she's going to beat you down automatically. She felt insecure around K. Michelle, but because the way K. Michelle was throwing candles and shit, it seemed better to try to love bomb K. Michelle. Eventually, they fell out and they was fighting just like she fought with everybody else. So I don't know why everybody's asking like, oh, she just kissed her ass and then that was it. No, they was cool for a minute and then them hoes got into it. And we always knew it was going to happen because they're two very strong personalities. And Jocelyn has been raised on whole pimp mind games, okay? Think about the way Jocelyn handled the situation with Tammy Rivera, Waka Flocka's ex-wife. Tammy came on there trying to be nice and cool. They were in her closet and Jocelyn was trying to play Tammy at every turn. And it was because she was playing a game with her that I feel insecure. You're not that big and you seem nice. So I could be mean to you in order to try to mentally manipulate you. K. Michelle, I can't do that too. I have to love bomb K. Michelle and make it seem like we're on, you know, we both like each other in order to get my teeth into her. And then also flirting. Right? So it's a different type of scenario, but I definitely still feel like, you know, K. Michelle is not like scared of anybody. Like that's not what's happening. And I think that it's like, some of y'all low-key do need to go back to watching other reality shows if you expect for grown-ass women on Real Housewives to get into physical fights over anything. I don't want them to physically fight. I prefer for them to curse each other out and rib the piss out each other, but I don't want them to physically fight. And, you know, repeatedly they talk about how Porsha changed how the shows were able to work when she decided to be fighting people every time he turned around. And so I know y'all want to believe that, okay, Michelle is scared of her because she don't want to fight her. But the truth of the matter is, bitch, I'm not scared. We can get into a fight and then I'll sue your ass and we can see how that all plays out. Once you get to a certain point in life, like, it's not about being scared of somebody the way you know, teenage mindset. Oh, you scared because they're going to beat you up. Bitch, you could beat me up and then I will still have more money for lawyers than you. And then I can take that house that you think you just got from that nigga. I might be able to even take your wig line, bitch. Hey, love. How you doing? Happy. What did they say? You gotta wait. Was you just messed up on some of the memory shit? Yeah. It's okay, bitch.
How you get your nose turned up like that? It was too much. It was a lot, huh?
You know, like,
She went out once. She probably need to go again.
I love Jocelyn. Like, me and Jocelyn, we fight.
What? Yeah.
I think his personalities are similar, but when it comes to like,
y'all couldn't hear what he was saying.
You know, she got on the show that she didn't get a dime.
She didn't get paid?
No, because it was a lead. Like they felt a way about who she was as a person, and that's why I don't love everything Jocelyn does. But
what? Yes. Not right now.
I can't say she fought out of a lot of things. Imagine if you get on TV and your man, for Mimi, your man got a whole nother storyline with a whole nother woman. So, yes, I popped Mimi with those flowers. And, you know, I feel bad about it, but I don't.
How you gonna say I feel?
Just because you're not a physical fighter doesn't mean you're scared of people. K. Michelle has had people right in her face and has hit them or thrown shit at them. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But like, honestly, y'all, as an adult, if you think you could beat my ass, can you fight bullets? Like, we're grown. Why are y'all, you know what I mean? Like I'm not about to get in hand-to-hand combat with no bitch, man.
Bad, but I don't.
I don't, because it was a huge TV show, you know, made, and she...
What do you think when her sex tape came out? Did you know about it?
Oh, child, she loves Jocelyn. Girl, that's just something you say when you don't have beef with the bitch no more.
You heard was the whispers?
Yeah, I had heard everything. So but I wasn't even on the show. So for them to put me back on the show with Jocelyn to watch,
discuss it,
to discuss it, it was like
she wasn't even on the show for real by the time her and Jocelyn got cool, is what it seemed like. I thought I wasn't tripping. They was on a boat.
Okay, I just wish it was a good sex tape. You know, if you're gonna do anything, be the best at all.
Are you saying Shower Rod wasn't a good sex scene, girl?
The stuff that you do. The sex tape was very mediocre. Like the shower rod, you could have done it better. You could have hung there better. It was not.
I mean, the mere fact that she's hanging on the shower
but
rod.
it
I'm like,
wasn't a performance.
I'm like, what did they reinforce with?
It wasn't a performance. It was very much performative, but it wasn't It wasn't like exciting. So if you're going to do a sex tape and your kids get to watch it, I would make the best sex tape.
No, I don't think they was wanting the kids to watch.
She's still mad at Mimi, y'all. She is still mad at Mimi to this day. That, to me, that's why you would say, oh, I love Jocelyn and all of that. It's because you are still mad at Mimi.
Oh, they had to. If you go and re-sign and go sign a deal in order for the sex tape to be distributed, you should have redone it well. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, whatever you stand on, make it great. That wasn't a great sex tape. You know that wasn't a great sex tape.
I ain't watching.
Like, if I'm going to go down, I want the best sex tape ever. You know? That wasn't a good one. It was like,
But if
yeah, she's still mad at Mimi, y'all. That's so unfortunate. K. Michelle gives Pillow Princess. She does. She does give Pillow Princess. My own thing, though, when it comes to men, I don't understand why I need to do anything more than have strong vagina muscles. I don't understand. Like, I see just people having conversations about, let me try to find this clip of from Shannon's show. I don't understand, you guys. Like, why when we have these conversations, you know, about sex, y'all are always expecting women to be doing backflips on dick. Like, oh my God, you know. And I'm just like, no. Why do I have to do a backflip on a dick? Why can't I just have like very strong muscles? Like, I don't understand. I can, like, to me, the only time you don't be a pillow princess, the only time you're not a pillow princess is when you're with women. Like, to me, the only time not to be a pillow princess is when you're with women. That's just my opinion. Outside of that, like, girl, please lay back. Like, what is he doing? Like, why do you need to be doing extra shit? What is he doing? I'm just trying to understand. Because when I lay there, it's magic. I don't understand. Okay? I don't understand what anybody's talking about. Like a glove. I don't know what else we talking about, girl. I don't know what else we could possibly. What else could you possibly want a bitch to do? Besides, you know, showing up and, you know, being a vacuum cleaner. Like, what else do I need to do, girl? You know what I'm saying? I don't need to do a lot. I don't need to do a lot. I do Kegels, okay? Kegels, bitch, do a Kegel and a Kegel. Bitch, do a Kegel and a Kegel. Here you go. A Kegel and a Kegel mean I ain't got to do a goddamn thing but lay there. Nigga was shaking. All I was doing was laying there. I don't have to do a lot. The fuck? I work out. I work out my lower body. Okay? And when you work out your lower body, girl, it tightens everything. It tightens everything. Kegels and squats tightens everything. I don't need to do anything extra. Anything extra is extra. Anything extra is extra. And honestly, like even penetration is tiring for a bitch. I don't know about y'all. But opening my flower up, oh girl, that takes energy for my flower to open up. And then for it to be a Venus flytrap on your shit, on top of being a goddamn water ride, I'm doing so much already, girl. All I need to do is just lay there. I gotta open up. I gotta be a water world. I gotta be a Venus flytrap on the dick. I am performing. I'm performing a car wash in this motherfucker. Okay. The muscles are tightening. The water is being dispersed. And all I gotta do is suck in my stomach muscles when we fucking, and I'll almost kill you. And then let's not even mention me turning over, coup de grace. I don't even do that all the time. I only turn over when I'm tired of coming and I don't know how much more of this you think I have left in me. I don't have any more to give after number 5. I don't have anything else to give, sir. Let me free. And so I turn over. And then I give you a show on top of all of the shit I was already doing. What more do you need? The only person you need to be worrying about coming as a woman is you. The only people you need to worry about coming is you. All the nigga gotta do is do this. That's all he gotta do. That's all he got. You gotta be in your head. You gotta think about things. Also, Kegels help you have an orgasm as well. Your Kegels, your vaginal and cervical wall being tight means that you have more orgasms, girl. Okay? Nobody with a coochie has to work that hard. I'm so sorry.
If you told your husband did something to them that he didn't do to you, you gonna feel some type of way, huh?
Sexually?
Yeah.
That's not possible.
Oh.
That's not possible. It's been that many years, all type of positions, legs up, choreography.
It's daytime, but it's afternoon. Okay? It's 3:00. Everybody's kids should be out of school at this point. I'm sorry. Y'all know people that don't live 9 to 5 lives. We don't know what time it is.
That's not possible. So if you're gonna tell me my husband was out with you and he paid your light bill, then we probably have a problem.
Hold on, you get upset. So if he pay a bill, that's what you gonna get.
Pay a bill.
So you want him to just poke?
Poke and go. What do you mean? What do you mean? If men gonna be men and they need the feeling doesn't include paying bills. If that's your feeling, then you're not my man. You shouldn't be paying nobody's bills, buying them no little ass purses. I don't care about purses myself.
Not no little ass purses. Cause y'all know y'all love them little bitty purses.
Most likely they're singing my songs in the mirror and they're telling their friends that they was humping on my husband as they sing the songs. The last thing that you was gonna do is sit up here and pay a fan bill. Because I already do it. I already paid the fan bill. I've been doing it for over 6 years. I get up every week and pick a fan bill to pay. And I don't have to publicize it or nothing. We already paying fans bills. So you finna go and go sleep with a fan and then give them something? Oh, no. Mm-mm.
I don't know why I'm not upset at this. I know y'all in the comments losing y'all shit right now. And I'm just kind of like,
I ain't know these type of, I hear about it, but I ain't really never talked to somebody that's like, okay, he do. You not watching though, right?
Paying for a date is not paying a bill. But I also feel like if you're going to let him fuck, you got to let him mac a bit. I think he should have like an amount of money, allowance for whole shit, right? If you're going to let the man trick, right? You're going to let the man fuck, right? You're going to let him have sex with other women. I do think you need like an account, right? If you got your account for your fans, then he need to have an account for his fans, right? That way you can trick on whoever you fucking, because like, let's be real, like you gonna have to trick. Like somebody said in the comments, he not that cute. He gonna have to trick. He gonna have to buy a meal, buy a drink, you know what I'm saying? And if he got somebody that he likes to go to all the time, yeah, he might have to trick off a bag or pay a bill or some shit like that. That's what the girls are in it for. That's what the girls are in it for.
I would, if that was offered to me, sometimes I do like.
Hold on, time out. Let me get a 20-second time out. I don't need the full minute.
Tricking makes girls feel special. So I see, and why would you not want the girl to feel special? She's still not the wife. and K. Michelle is the one that said, very special. So why would you not want the girl to feel special? That don't make no sense.
Anytime. I need a 20-second time out to regroup right quick. You mean to tell me you could watch your man?
I have several times.
So now she's telling us that she's watched him. Oh, she's a cuck. She's a cuck. She likes to watch her man fuck other women. Ooh, this is fascinating. Tell me more.
But you get up on that?
Maybe it's weird, but I kind of like it. Like, it's these things with me.
And that's a whole nother reason why you should let that man trick. Like, make sure he got his little spending account that he can trick up on the women, because you want him to be with a certain type of woman. If you are not going to be egotistical about, actually, if you're going to be smart about it, if you're okay with your man having sexual relationships with other women, you will want him to be picking from a certain plot of women so that you don't have to deal with bullshit, right? A certain plot of woman is not going to be with a man without him offering, giving. Like, that's just not how that's going to go. Listen, I know women who are like that. Y'all know I be around the people, girl. And around the people that do, girl, we be outside. We do different stuff. Okay, not me, but I have watched, whatever. Let's not get into that. But what I am going to say is that I don't judge people. I don't judge people, okay? And if you and your husband got a situation where you go and be a lesbian on holiday, and then he gets to go and pick from whatever women he wants to pick from to fuck with every now and again, and you ain't got no problem with it to the point that you enjoy watching it, it doesn't make sense that you don't want him to be, throwing a little money here or there. You got to keep that money in check. But you going with everything else? Shit.
Okay, I'm interested.
No, I'm not. It's not like me being, she's super freaky. No.
Are you super freaky?
He said, no, it's not. He always says with me, it's never about the things that people would think.
Somebody came to you and told your husband did something to them that he didn't do to you, you gonna feel some.
Sounds like she doesn't like men. She may not. But my question would be, so because you don't feel like a deep jealousy or ownership over the person, to the point that you're okay with them doing whatever they do, that means you don't really like them? Is that the idea? Let me know.
Some type of way, huh?
Sexually?
Yeah.
That's not possible.
Oh.
That's not possible. It's been that many years, all type of positions, legs up, choreography, all that. That's not possible.
What's not possible? Wait, say it again?
Girl, if you're going to tell me my husband was out with you and he paid your light bill, we probably have a problem.
We got to do it again, y'all. I got to hear what she said at the beginning.
Somebody came to you and told your husband did something to them that he didn't do to you, you gonna feel some type of way, huh?
Sexually?
Yeah.
That's not possible.
Oh, she's saying that my man is not going to do something with another woman that he hasn't done with me because we've done it all.
That's not possible. It's been that many years, all type of positions, legs up, choreography, all that. That's not possible. So if you're gonna tell me my husband was out with you and he paid your light bill, then we're gonna.
Another thing is that, I think it's so interesting how often people are like, this is not love. Everybody does the thing where y'all like judge these arrangements when people talk about them, but the truth of the matter is these arrangements be happening anyway. That's why people don't tell y'all nothing, because y'all always be judging. That's why, because y'all be like, no, I'm judging, and you stupid and da-da-da-da. And it's just like, but find me a couple over the age of like 50 where their arrangements aren't similar.
We probably have a problem.
Hold on, you get upset. So if he pay a bill, that's what you do.
Pay a bill.
So you want him to just poke?
Poke and go. What do you mean? What do you mean? If men gonna be men and they need the feeling doesn't include paying bills. If that's your feeling, then you're not my man. You shouldn't be paying nobody's bills, buying them no little ass purses. I don't care about purses myself.
Little ass purse line gets me every time.
Most likely they're singing my songs in the mirror and they're telling their friends that they was humping on my husband as they sing the songs. The last thing that you was going to do is sit up here and pay a fan bill, because I already do it. I already paid the fan bill. I've been doing it for over 6 years. I get up every week and pick a fan bill to pay. And I don't have to publicize it or nothing. We already paying fans bills. So you finna go sleep with a fan and then give them something? Oh, no.
I ain't know that.
I mean, listen, people make up the rules in their relationships. But yeah, nah, like to me, girl, if you're going to let the man do what he going to do, then let the man do what he going to do. Just make sure you got what you're supposed to have for me, and that's it, that's all. Make sure you got what you need for me, and that's it, that's all. Yes, there is static when I click from one clip to the next, yes. Y'all will be okay. I listened back to it. Everybody will be fine. Okay. I'm trying to see where I want to go next. But yeah, y'all, K. Michelle has always been a character, okay? Just makes sense in some ways, don't make sense in some other ways. I don't know if I feel like she really wanted to be with that man, and if she chose to be with him simply because it gave her the housewife moniker, right? It gave her the name of a housewife, and she really wanted that. So I don't disagree with y'all that she may not, really be into that man like that. But I also feel like just because the relationship isn't the norm doesn't mean she don't fuck with the nigga. Also, they've been going back and forth for so many years, child. Who knows? Listen. Who cares, girl, at the end of the day? But I am excited to see what's going to happen on Real Housewives of Atlanta next. And we'll be talking about more from this interview tonight on the Ooh Ladies First panel. So that's that. But before I go, last thing, y'all. Keegan-Michael Key viral act bashing actor's wife is a BS narrative. So I've been talking about this, but I have not really talked about it up here. We were talking about how they were basically saying that Get Out was about Keegan's relationship with his white wife. We know that Jordan Peele is also married to a white woman, but she's a white woman that we like, okay? She's the white woman from Chelsea from what you call them? Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Okay, that's my girl right there. I love her. She's also hilarious. She was the best part of the show, low key. I was really upset when she left Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But anyway. So yeah, that was the dentist, y'all. That was the dentist. let's get into this. Okay, I would love. What is all? Why is it all text? Why is it all text? Girl, let me read what they saying. Okay, so this is the lady. Okay, the comedian lady that told us that this whole thing happened with, okay, so the story, let me go find the original story so that we can get into it from that angle. All right, I'm sorry. I don't want to start at the end, y'all. My bad. But I did want to talk about this because I feel like I've been putting it on the back burner, waiting on more to come out about it. Okay, hold up. What's this lady name? Akila. Let me put Akila in. And then Keegan. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, wait, hold up.
I'll be using code names tonight because
Okay, y'all ready? Let's get to it.
I don't want to get sued. He is, and I don't think this is too shady. I think it's true. The less successful half of a comedy duo that was.
Wait. Pause. I'm sorry. Before we get into that, I really do want to answer this comment. Now, if your husband come back and make your ass sick, accept the illness the same way you were accepting the cheating for pay. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I'm so sorry. It's something called condoms, right? It's called sexual responsibility. A person doesn't have to be faithful in order to not give you a STD. They just have to be sexually responsible. That's pretty much required. So saying that someone should accept an illness because they have an open relationship, I think it's kind of wild. Just saying.
Using code names tonight because I don't want to get sued. He is, and I don't think this is too shady. I think it's true. The less successful half of a comedy duo that was prolific in the 2010s. I think their code names could be Lock and Banana. I'm waiting for a burrito to come to my door, and I get a phone call from, like, unknown, which is probably a bill collector, I think. But hey, I'm riding high. So I answer the call, and it is from Banana's wife. And Banana's wife says, hey, I just had dinner with Locke and his wife. They say they're doing a show with you. And I said, yeah. And I, again, don't know how she got my phone number. So this seems urgent. And she says something that, like, chills go down my back. I never eat the burrito, spoiler alert. She says, I'm just calling you because I wish someone would have warned me. She does about an hour of a monologue at me about how, she thinks that his wife is like Phil Hartman's wife. That she wouldn't trust her to hold a baby. That she...
Pause for a second. Phil Hartman is one of my favorite comedian actors. He passed away in the 90s. Apparently he unalived himself, and it was because of his wife. I believe his wife was like abusive to him, and he eventually killed himself because of it. And so when people say Phil Hartman's wife, they're like talking about the worst of the worst type of bitches. Okay.
Once poured alcohol on her birthday cake, and this person is sober. And the thing I moved to LA for this job. I'm not a woo-woo person, but this woo-woo thing happened, and I do think it was like the Lord. She says to me while I'm watching the opening ceremonies, mouth agape, there's a sweaty man from Tonga, and she says, there's no accounting for how much money she's cost that black man. And the light above the television burned out.
Wait, let me make sure.
I'll be using code names.
Sorry, y'all. I thought that one was going to have the whole clip. Ugh. I hate when I have to go and find shit.
I'll be using code.
Okay.
Answer the call, and it is from... They said, since Locke was hosting a text, because I wish someone would have warned his wife. She says, I'm just calling you because I wish someone would have warned me. Because I brought a text. This is from Dumois, an anonymous blind item that someone submitted. They said,
Okay, sorry, y'all. Sorry. He didn't kill himself. She killed him. My bad. I knew she was abusive towards him. I don't know why I was thinking, was it a murder-suicide? Yes. Okay, it was a murder-suicide. That's why I'm getting it mixed up. My bad, y'all. Correction. Wife killed him and her.
since Locke was hosting SNL, I wanted to say, whenever I see him, I can only think of his wife. She has a bunch of food allergies. And she had an allergy attack about a eucalyptus plant by her table at Tribeca Grill. And then, in parentheses, on the celeb sighting list. Acting like she couldn't breathe. The plant was fake, and I showed it to her. She just said, oh, and acted totally normal after that. He was very nice about it and apologized after. He left a good tip. Bizarre, though. I'll be using code names tonight because...
Hold up. I want to see if the rest of it is up here. I just wanted to see.
Dear Ireland.
No.
I'll be using code names.
Okay. I don't see the whole clip, y'all, but that is how this started, right? This basically started from this comedian telling a story on stage about how allegedly Jordan Peele's wife reached out to her to tell her that Keegan's wife, who she was about to work with, is, basically the reason that Get Out was made. That Get Out was basically kind of like a movie that was created for a bigger meaning, but also that included kind of like a nudge towards the fact that Keegan's wife is the exact type of character that would, steal your body for her family's lineage. Right? Okay. So let's get into what it says. This is what she just put on the screen. Glad you called Key's, white wife out. I knew her in NYC in early 2000s. She is a narcissist, liar, and an opportunist. She used everyone around her. She previously produced documentaries and has no business being involved in comedy. She got her hooks into and the lock is supposed to be for Key, right? Keegan. Key, banana is Peel. So Jordan Peele is banana. Lock stands for Keegan because Key, okay? She got her hooks into Key early from a business perspective and would not leave his side, which is a way especially a lot of women think of Yolanda Saldivar. Think of Yolanda Saldivar or think about possibly, maybe, I don't know, Nick Cannon's assistants. I don't know how many of them there have been. Even Diddy assistant. Like there's always some white girl nearby that wants to fuck him that acts like a cult, a cult follower, but also being the go-between. A lot of these men have a woman like that ingratiates themselves into these men's lives via business, but these women are actually kind of obsessed with these men. And I feel like you see it all over the place, okay? But either way, she got her hooks into Key early from a business perspective and would not leave his side. I just don't know how she manipulated him so completely. I was shocked when they married. Anyway, and I think that is the reason why that movie was like, he was my brother a minute ago. Then he got with this bitch. And now he not my brother no more. And so I'm going to create a movie, okay, of a nigga going to a white bitch family house to visit, somebody doing this into a cup, and now my brother is not there anymore. I mean, that's what everybody's saying, y'all. I don't know if it's true, but it does give that it fits, right? She said, I was shocked that when they married. Anyway, sorry you had to deal with her crap, and thanks for lifting the veil. So many in here don't know how courageous it is to say fuck it in this town, even if it may break some glass houses. Key's wife is a menace and has been for a long time. It's entitlement and mental illness. He is in an abusive relationship. Everyone knows in town. And honestly, y'all, I don't know if y'all have paid attention to this, but to me, the way his career is right now, it's giving, I don't know, it is giving this is what you do when you can't do what Jordan's doing. He's in so many commercials, y'all. He's in so many commercials. Keegan is in a lot of commercials. I'll just say that. Monkey Paw is out here making cult classics and shit. And Keegan is, I think, on Muppet movies and give me that. Muppet movies and in commercials, girl. Okay? Somebody, and I guess she's just like posting comments that people have made since she came out. So they're telling their stories about Keegan's wife, y'all. Oh my God. Let's see what the people are saying. A kind of friend of mine was escorting, and his wife, was what? A kind of friend of mine was escorting Key. Okay. My mind went to escorting Key and his wife at the Kennedy Center Honors. They said she was a total nutcase that was extremely mean to any staff, and she wouldn't let Key take any pics or be alone with any other woman. She's a disaster. My mom always said, if everyone has a problem with you, you are the problem. So validating to hear your experience with hell, as we called her on TV. Wow. Hello, beautiful lady. I've never met before. So I have a funny story for you. You mentioned this Lot character. You mentioned this Lot character in your last YouTube video. And all I want to say is thank you for sharing. So Locke was my godfather growing up and was best friends with my mother all through college. So he had a huge impact on my life until he married his now wife. She completely changed him and the way he treated close family and friends. Not too long after he remarried, he cut off my mom and even his own family in a way. But I just wanted to say you brought me and my brothers so much joy just knowing that the word is going around about him. You are a goddess and I love you for sharing, because the truth is healing. The truth is healing. Y'all always be like, why you saying something now? Because the truth is motherfucking healing, bitch. It feels good to hear people tell the truth about motherfuckers that y'all be letting just go around, okay, and be fucked up and everybody stay quiet about it. We're talking about Keegan Peele's wife, allegedly. This is a great video from Akila. I spent 6 miserable months developing a show with Locke and his wife a few years before she did. It started with CAA when CAA asked me to meet with him about a piece of IP he was attached to at a then huge studio. Girl, I hope others reach out as well. I've been around a minute, but I've never seen anyone quite like her. She kept his own mother and brother from their wedding and systematically cut everyone who was close to him out of his life. I'm honestly scared for his safety because her ego ultimately won't be happy with just the money. She won't be able to stand that no one cares about her without him. Watching him constantly mention her in interviews is maddening. I'm not being a hater. I gave her a chance. A lot of them. There's so much more. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being braver than the rest of us. Y'all, I want to know now, what has this lady been doing out here? Wait, hold up. Bondi, Key and Peele, and Peele's wife comments The Rock and his white bride. What you mean The Rock? Killa, just saw your set about Key because a bunch of former coworkers who also had to deal with that maniac sent it around immediately. For us, it was a green light for a green light for Key and Peele show that they walked from during deal negotiations. The stories, oh my God, the stories. Anyway, I see you and feel for you. Hope all is well. So this is just so many people commiserating with her about Key's wife. And it is giving that Key may not be okay. And now I feel like nigga gotta watch Get Out with different eyes. Just watched your piece on Keegan's wife, blank, whatever. Scratched out all of this campaign last year. I guess, I worked with them campaign last year. She is the absolute craziest person I've ever met. I got really close to murdering those 2 weeks. Wait, what does this say? I don't know. Really close to blank and during those 2 weeks and was truly worried about him. Still am. Thank you for speaking out and validating what we all saw during production. My God. Y'all, I didn't know it was. Listen, Gucci's wife is the same. The only difference, though, y'all, is that Gucci actually has a mental disorder that requires somebody to help him not ruin his life. I'm not so quick to run to that when it comes to Keisha, but I also feel like something is wrong with Keisha. You know what I'm saying? Something's wrong with Keisha. She's Jamaican, no disrespect to Jamaican people. There's a lot of like fragility. I'm not fragility, but like frigid ways of thinking, frigid ways of being. There's also, colorism, like it's a lot. It's a lot that goes into the psyche of Akeisha Kayor as a young woman that grew up in Jamaica and is now handling the multi-million-dollar business of a mentally unwell rapper. Very, very interesting story. Bitch, write a book. Eventually, when he dies, write a book. Okay, when he dies, write a book. Honestly, I'm not mad about it. I feel like more women should take conservatorship over crazy niggas and they money. I do. I think we should see more of it. Especially when you know historically how often men would marry women that come from rich families and then throw them into mental institutions and steal their money. And then, go on about with another bitch. That was done a lot. A lot. Y'all, if you ever get bored one day, go Google like how often women were thrown into mental institutions prior to, what? I want to say the 60s, maybe the 60s or the 70s. But please go look it up. It was like a thing. Like you tired of your wife? Throw her in a mental institution. And then they lobotomize you. They'll chemically lobotomize you. And they'll also put you through like, electrocuting you and all of that type of shit that make you go crazy. They did this to also a lot of women that were extremely smart, like women that went to school, women that rode or had like, some type of business. The men was still like a lot of men act like they're philosophers, but really they stole the works of the women that they were with and then threw those women into hospitals. That is something that was done often, y'all. It's crazy. Yeah, shock therapy. Thank you. Let me continue reading. We had a whole fake script on set as a decoy to keep her busy and manipulate her while we shot the actual commercial. Oh my God. I wonder if this is any of those recent commercials I've seen. I see you. I'm sorry your experience was what it was. You are courageous and badass as fuck for speaking publicly about it. And 3 people sent me the video today because they know how terrible she was to work with on this. I am screaming, laughing. I work with them and then and then blah, blah, blah work and had insane experiences with this woman. What kind of Scientology level blackmail does she have on him? If it's any consolation, we watched her torpedo many great projects like yours. She couldn't stand not being the smartest person in the room or anyone else having control. And this is evidence that women can be just as bad as men sometimes. But what did that lead us to? A story about how systematically and historically men have been able to throw women into hospitals. So I do love these stories where men get their gotcha. And yeah, there's that one crazy bitch among a sea of niggas. Before we get out of here, I just want to show y'all what she looked like. I want to show y'all what she looked like because to me, she looked crazy. Hold up. Let me see. All right. It says Keegan-Michael Key and his wife Elle's marriage goals, helping each other be the best version of themselves. So he looks tired in the eyes, which can also mean high, but it can be, somebody sucking from my my soul, right? And she's looking like, oh, I'm glowing. I'm sucking from his glow. Girl, look at these people. Look at these people. That lady is YT. Do you hear me? That lady is YT. She's almost translucent. My God. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, that's a little scary, boo. That's a little scary. I could absolutely see this being the basis for that movie. With her power suit on. Uh-huh. A power suit with florals on the jacket. With florals on the jacket. Okay? Because what that means is I pretend to be nicer than I am. She also looks like she's standing in heels that she's not comfortable standing in. It's hilarious. Who do you think you are, girl? A rich YT lady married to a nigga, stealing all his soul. Stealing all his soul. His soul. I want to dive in it. I want to dive. His soul. She dived in it. That's what happens. Well, y'all, that's the show. I love you. I hope you have a good day. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Let me read some of my super chats before I get out of here. Happy birthday, Gemini Nola girl. Thank you. Happy birthday to you too. Okay. Yes. Spontaneous with my birthday plans too, girl. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just celebrate all month. Same. And into June. Okay. The end of May, girl, it's probably that first week of June after my birthday. That's still my birthday too. Very happy Mondays. Thank you for the super chat. Not at the car wash. Whoa. Listen. I tell y'all, I will flood this nigga socks. Okay. Happy Gemini season, Bondi. You got us rolling today. That's what I wanted. Hey, Talia. Thank you for the super chat. Bondi, you are amazing. LOL at Waterworld is crazy. Thank you for keeping me company while I unpack this apartment. Also, I'm with you on all your points about Kay and Porsha. Great live as always. Thank you. I know I'm not the only one that see Porsha for her manipulative ass works. Yes, y'all. K Michelle may be like, cosplaying a white country lady with an alcohol problem that, is slightly narcissistic. Absolutely. But she's more in touch with reality than Porsha is. And I said what I said. I love you guys. Okay. And don't forget, yes, next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. It's my birthday, cunts. It's my birthday. Yes, it's my day. It's my birthday. Yes, it's my day. Okay. On next Tuesday. I love you guys. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.